So next thing you need to know about cookies is that cookies are data structures, and they store properties with certain values. So here I'm at MDN, and I'm looking at set cookie, and we have different things that we could set: expires, max age, domain, path, secure, HTTP only. And so you could read through here about cookies, but you can see there's expires, and then there's max age, and there's domain. So it specifies these hosts to which the cookie will be spent. If not specified, defaults to the host portion of the current document location, but not including subdomains. Contrary to earlier specifications, leading dots and domain names are ignored. Path indicates the URL path that must exist before sending that cookie header. Secure will only be sent to the server when a request is made using, HTTPS. It's no longer SSL, it's TSL, Transport Security Layer. SSL is dated, pretty sure. HTTP only aren't accessible via JavaScript, so you can't, do stuff with JavaScript. So that's some of the things you could set. So that's like the next thing, is that cookies have properties. And if you look at godoc.org, which I have right here, we have in the index we have type cookie, we have type cookie jar. If we look at type cookie, well, we'll come back to that one second. And we also have set cookie. So set cookie, this is net HTTP. Set cookie, it takes in a response writer and a cookie, and it's going to set the cookie, right? Okay, so part of the response is set the cookie. Here's the cookie, and give it to that response. And type cookie is a struct. A struct is an aggregate data structure. A struct is an aggregate data structure. It aggregates together pieces of data of different types, right? Aggregate or composite data structure. And so here we have, different values of different types. We have the name value. We have the name, which is of type string. We have value, which is of type string. We have path, which is type string. We have expires, which is time.time. Right? We have raw expires, domain, max age. So the same things we saw here. So you could read about them. The ones we are going to work with are going to be name, value, and path. And then we'll also take a look at max age. Okay? And in our code, which is right here, we can read a little bit more. Expires is deprecated. Max age is the one that you use in seconds. So let's just finish reading this, and then we'll look at code in the next video. So cookies are only sent by browser to the domain which wrote them. With every request to a specific domain, the client's web browser looks to see if there is a cookie from that domain. If there is a cookie that has been written by a particular domain, then the browser will send the cookie with every request to that domain. Cookies are domain specific. And again, that interesting thing about, and I've got like 90% certainty that this is how this all works. I'm not totally certain, but right, like Facebook was allowed to write a cookie when I came to this page. So was Google. And if they could do that on all websites, they have the power to kind of like send that back anytime somebody hits this and start tracking users. Yeah. Because it's all code, right, that fires and executes. And you can do that.
Well, wasn't there, I'm only curious because wasn't there 21 also on the other web page? So I'm wondering if that's all the cookies.
31, yeah.
That's stored in the browser.
Oh, here. So the question is what happens if you clear all these? Connection is secure, block, certificate, site settings. And I'm going to do this in the next video because I don't want to show anything that for whatever reason, is private. So what did we see so far in this one? Let's just finish this up, and then we'll answer that question. We were looking at this. We can store whatever info we like in cookies up to a certain size. There's a limit to the number of cookies one domain can write. See this resource for more information. If the expire max age isn't set, the cookie is deleted when the browser is closed. This is known as a session cookie. You can expire a cookie by setting either expires or max age. Expires is deprecated, max age is in seconds. So you could put in a ton of seconds to make up a long period of time. What's this resource? Browser cookie limits. Interesting. All right, so that's just a little bit more about cookies. We'll look at cookie code in the next video.